Actually, I'll just bring the audio with me. We'll test it out. Do a little audio test. All right. Oh, you forgot to close your...
Oh.
You can order your own now.
I think it's too late for that, but I could have left a fat tip.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, dude. Can I get a just a large coffee, please?
Anything else?
No, that's it.
375.
All right. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, you keep the metal, I'll keep the paper. How's that sound?
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Pardon me. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are about to get down on a little morning coffee cruise. Just picked up a coffee from the Looney Bean. And normally I make my own coffee, but I'm out of creamer, so I gotta go get some cream. Lately, I've been really feeling the goat's milk. I feel like that's my favorite thing in the coffee. I don't know. A lot of people might think that's gross. I used to do half and half, but I don't know. Yeah, goat's milk seems to be like the cool thing. I really enjoy it. So it's a really pretty sunrise this morning. Yeah, it's a gorgeous sunrise. We haven't had a lot of clouds in the sky. Even this small amount of cirrus clouds is more clouds than we've been getting lately. So it's actually really nice to get this. I was hoping this morning, Sunday mornings, December 7th, I was hoping that this morning we would get a call from Bridgeport, because usually Sunday mornings are when we get those. But alas, no calls from Bridgeport, unfortunately. Typically, those are good ones though, because I charge a lot of money for those, so it's nice to get that money in early for the day, because in taxi you never know where your money's coming from, when your money's coming from too. That's all true. That's all true and good. And so it's nice to get a nice big ride in early in the morning. I wake up before everybody else that works a taxi. or starts answering the phone. I wake up way before everybody, so I'm happy to do it. They're grateful to get out of the jail because Bridgeport is where the jail is. 9 times out of 10, that is for a DUI. I think the other 1 time out of 10, it's for a drunken public. So always an alcohol related offense. Remember when you come up to Mammoth that not only do the bars here like to pour heavy, but the altitude makes you feel the alcohol more. You get drunker faster, and it's likely you're gonna blow higher than you think. And they make no exceptions up in this MFer. So I gotta be cool about swearing, I'm pretty sure. So I said it in another video as well, that I'm just gonna use F, S, MF, B, and maybe C, who knows. The B's and the C's are probably just for people when they're driving poorly. Effers, all of that kind of stuff. So, and we're trying this angle down here on the dash. I actually don't know if I like it. I feel like it's kind of shaky. We might switch over in a little bit, but I feel like this is a shaky angle. I mean, this thing's shaking like crazy, actually. So hopefully it doesn't translate too bad into how we film this video. You know, again, these are tests, but I'm still gonna post them because who doesn't want to see a beautiful December morning? I mean, why not? Literally, why not? What, you know, what are we doing? What are we doing here, right? Come on. So I'm thinking, because it's so pretty out, I'm thinking the best thing to do is head north on the 395. Up towards June. And go from there. Really not cold this morning at all. Typically it's a lot colder than this time of year. It's 28 degrees outside as we get onto the 395 at the bottom of the 203. And I think the loop's gonna end up being something like, you know, we'll head to, well, maybe we'll head up to June Lake. Maybe not, we'll see. And then from there, we might just cut in early at the Scenic Loop, do a quick little loop around there. There's really not a lot of snow at all, obviously. That's kind of the name of the game. Once again, according to the forecast, we're not going to get anything at all for at least 10 days. And then around the 17th, 16th or 17th, the pattern starts to change. But even that storm is questionable. This is a very, very dry start to the winter, which is typical of La Niñas. Most La Niñas are dry. Sometimes we get a wet La Niña, in which case we usually break some sort of snow record, because wet La Niñas are very wet. They're wetter than even El Niños, which are famous for being wet. A lot of El Niños actually can be pretty mid. We'll usually get average to slightly above average in certain El Niños. 2 years ago we had an El Niño, and I think we were partially El Niño last year as well. Both those years were average. One was slightly below average, one was slightly above average. The slightly above average one was perfect. It was just perfect. You couldn't ask for a better winter. We had all kinds of good storms come in, but with these wonderful breaks in between. It was lovely. You'd get a few powder days, then the sun would come back out. You'd get a chance to shovel, then you'd get a few powder days, the sun would come back out, you'd get a chance to shovel. So it was really awesome. Oh, we're down to 24 degrees now. So maybe as we head a little bit east-northeast here, closer to some of the valleys, the temperature will change. I think we're a bit inverted temperature-wise, so that's good, I guess. I don't know why I said it's good. This angle seems to be working out. Hopefully it's not too bumpy. This is a bumpy highway. You know, the temperatures go from usually double. The low is usually half of what the high is in weather like this. And so it cracks up the road, it makes things expand and contract, and these roads are like a nightmare for the maintenance crews. You know, big shout out to Caltrans District 9. And what that means is all the Caltrans workers that work for Caltrans District 9, they all look like giant shrimp. And so it's pretty interesting because not only do they have a really hard job, but they all look like shrimp. So that's another unique thing about Mono County and the 395 is the highway workers. And their, you know, just their otherworldly appearance. And it's cool that they got jobs though. I mean, if my spaceship crashed on another planet, I don't know what kind of job I'd get, that's for sure. I don't even know if I didn't do taxi for a living, I don't know what kind of job I would get, to be quite honest, here on this planet. It's hard enough. But yeah, Caltrans, District 9, you guys work really hard. You keep these roads drivable, especially in the winter. Oh my gosh. This area gets, well, this is winter, but you know what I mean. Normally this area gets so much snow. You see all these orange posts on the side of the road. Those are the snow markers. So, you know, this is what we use to see the side of the road when it's really, really pumping. Really pretty sunrise though, I will say. Really pretty. I'm really enjoying it. There's kind of nothing like it, actually. I filmed a short yesterday of the sunset on the White Mountains, which they face west. They're to our east. And the Sierra Nevada mountains, they face, the east side of them face directly to the east. So we have the same effect in the morning as the White Mountains do in the afternoon. Gorgeous alpenglow, which is where alpenglow is where the mountains basically do what the clouds do, and they glow when the sun hits them as it's coming up or going down, and they glow the oranges and the pinks that you see on the clouds. It's really awesome. Heading up over the ridge here. 21. All right, so we dropped 7 degrees. It is 7 in the morning. We dropped 7 degrees since I started looking at the thermometer here. And I think we're gonna get into the teens because I think we are a little bit having a bit of an inversion, which is where the cold air sinks down to the bottom of the valleys. I think that's what's gonna be happening. It usually does when it's high pressure like this and it's clear at night. So I think it's just gonna get colder. I could be wrong. It could go up actually as we go up this grade, but we'll see. Oh, so pretty though. I love that glow. It's just like magic. It's pure magic. I love that glow. Oh my God. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the audio, what you think of the angle. The angle from the video before was an angle where it's hanging from the top of the windshield, right behind the rear view mirror. This one we got it suctioned onto the dashboard, looking out the bottom of the windshield. mountain has the same coverage it's had for the last few days. Normally, you know, I love it when it's snowing because I get to do the storm reports, and a lot of people need rides. It's a lot busier in town. You guys get to see what's going on, and I get powder days. But right now, I'm actually not complaining about it because my back is a little bit out, which is something that happens from time to time. So, tall guy problems, I guess. I don't know. But, and I work out my core, all that good stuff, but it goes out from time to time. This time I was moving heavy stuff around, doing some organizing, and sure enough. So, not complaining that it's not dumping snow. We had a full moon 2 days ago. It's still a gorgeous moon though. Oh, yeah, this is the drive to do in the morning with your coffee, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I like to aerate my sips. Breathe out, like, I like to do that. It's a thing I do. Oh man. Love that morning light. I think I've said that about 10 times already. Rattling on the roof, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my taxi light and my roof rack, which I'm having a little bit of issues with. Oof. See, that's where it jiggles a lot. I don't know about that. This is a really bumpy part of the road. Oh my God, so gorgeous. Oh. Man, the coffee they have at Looney Bean is the best. It really is. There's a couple different coffee spots in town, and I just really like Looney Bean the best. Back up to 25 as we head up over the top of the pass, heading into the Mono Valley. So, let's see. I do maybe expect it to go back down as we head down the hill here and enter the loop. The loop gets cold. The June Lake Loop can get pretty cold. That's for sure. We're approaching the south entrance to the June Lake Loop, also known as California Highway 154. It's got 158, excuse me. It's got to be one of the shortest highways in the state. It's just the loop, that's it. Just the June Lake Loop. It takes you in to the June Lake Valley and basin there, and then spits you right back out. Again, follow, like, share, comment for all this stuff. If this is the stuff you like to see, if you like Eastern Sierra, Mammoth, 395, related things, this is the channel to follow, 100%. Whether it's these long coffee cruises, whether it's crazy just people getting stuck in a big snowstorm in town. Because let me tell you, people, when they come to town, especially from Southern California, don't get me wrong, we love the tourism, but if you're watching this from SoCal, let me just say, if you don't know what you're doing in the snow, there's a good chance you're going to find yourself in a very steep learning curve. You get people with bringing their BMWs with their city tires up here, and they're like, oh, what? I didn't know that you needed chains. Oh, I didn't know. It's like, yeah, this is how traction works. You don't have any. That's why you're slipping around. Come prepared, because there's plenty of people that are here that are ready to charge you something if you're not prepared, and that includes me, which is part of the deal. We're also here to help. So if you're not prepared, businesses like mine, Mammoth Rides, is available, hopefully, and assuming we're not busy with somebody just like you, and we'll get you out of a bad situation, no problem. 25 holding strong. Yesterday I did this drive, and I went all the way from the low 20s to the upper 30s. I think it oscillated like 15 degrees 3 different times when I did this yesterday. You might be wondering, well, how come you didn't film that? Well, I did. But the audio, the shaking, it was all not good. Excuse me, it was all not good. Yeah, it's kind of I didn't put that, I'm not gonna put that one in. Like I said, these are kind of test videos. We're testing out equipment, we're testing out audio. I think this one's gonna be a lot better. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we have Mono Lake coming up in the distance. I feel like it should be a national park. It's not, but it should be. It's one of the coolest things out there. swear I'm not being a camper in the left-hand lane. I am planning on going left very shortly. Don't you love those people? They're just parked in the fucking left lane. Whoops, I mean the effing left lane. I love them, as you can tell. I think the left-hand lane is totally a place to just chill and stay. Just totally chill and stay there. Heading into the north end of the June Lake Loop. Oh, my water bottle. All right, so we are heading into the north end of the June Lake Loop. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. See, this is when it's getting real pretty. The Dana Plateau up in front of us here. Mount Dana up in that plateau. It's 13,000 feet. There's a little small glacier up in the back. If you got Walker Lake in there, you got Parker Lake in there, Kidney Lake, Gibbs Lake. A lot of really, really pretty stuff. On the other side of that's Yosemite National Park. As a matter of fact, one of the peaks you can see here in this video marks the boundary to the park. And on the other side of it, you're in it. You're in the park. You see the sign for Parker Lake Road coming up. That might be something we do here during the week because there's not a lot of snow on the mountain and I'm doing some rehab on the back, so maybe I might not want to go snowboarding, in which case we will hike to one of those lakes and it'll be frozen and that'll be fun. I love frozen lake hiking. The ice just makes these crazy sounds. Off to our left is Grant Lake. It is such a pretty lake. Oh my gosh, it's such a pretty lake. The first of the lakes in the June Lake Loop, the biggest too. Huge glacial lake. So all these valleys were carved by glaciers during the Ice Age, which geologically speaking was not that long ago. I mean, humans, I think, had already inhabited the area, if I'm not mistaken. Not right here because there was a bunch of glacier ice, but down low. The beginning and end of the daylight is just the best time to do all of this, to capture all of this. Incredible how little snow we have, though. Let me say, I've seen plenty of winters where this is all frozen by this time of year. "31 degrees as we head into the canyon. Pretty warm for 7:20 in the morning, the first week of December. Pretty damn warm. As we enter the canyon here, there's a big rock face we're going to drive by. That's called Airy Crag. It's pretty cool. It's right in front of us here. There's like a little chute that you can backcountry ski or snowboard down if you are inclined to do so, avalanche conditions permitting. But there it is right in front of us, Airy Crag. Gorgeous little spot in the creek down below there too. Little pool. Nice little cold plunge type spot. I took some magnesium last night as like to help relax the spasm in my back and the muscles in my back. It really makes you drowsy. I feel still kind of like having trouble waking up this morning. It's good stuff though. Really good natural alternative to like a muscle relaxer or an something like that. Pair that with some Advil or some other anti-inflammatory, and you got yourself a nice little non-prescription mix to deal with some sore muscles, or in this case, some totally just beyond sore muscles. And it was getting better, actually, but then what screwed it up is I laid down on the lacrosse ball, but it was still not quite ready for that. And so it acted back up again. I feel like we made a little setback over the last couple of days. But overall, when my back goes out, I would say generally speaking, it's definitely shorter duration than it used to be. The first time it went out, I was 27. I'm 41 now. And that was like a 2-week ordeal. This is like, I think we're on the 3rd full day, beginning of the 3rd day. So, maybe it's the 4th day actually, come to think about it. Slow down through here. Silver Lake Resort. And Silver Lake off to our left. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's so pretty here in the June Lake Loop. This is like one of my favorite places ever. Noticed over the last couple weeks this off and on sort of whistling sound, and there was another thing I had to have checked out that my mechanic didn't want to do, so he said I should take it to the dealer because he was concerned it was a transmission issue. And I guess in the newer Subarus they have a CVT transmission and he didn't have the time to fix that kind of thing in a timely manner. So he's like, well, you probably want to take it to the dealer because they can actually look at it quickly, which is what you need. But let me tell you, those dealers, man, they're grifting. And I used to be in sales, and I can spot a grift from 10 miles away. And the things they were telling me about what they thought I should do was hysterical. You know, I went in because the axle, so it wasn't the transmission, turns out it was the axle. They fixed that problem with the axle, but then to address the whistling noise in the drive shaft, apparently, they said, their words, that, and I declined this because it really doesn't sound like that big a deal, but they said, well, it could go 5 miles or it could go 65,000 miles. There's no telling. We like to err on the side of caution. But if your drive shaft falls out the bottom of your car, it could pole vault your car. Yeah, it could pole vault it. Now, I mean, what does that mean? Like, you mean like it's gonna launch my vehicle into the air? Okay, sure. So yeah, needless to say, the second they started speaking that way, I declined the repair because I was like, yeah, pretty sure I'm not worried about my car getting pole vaulted into the air over a tiny little noise. Anything that's wrong with your car at all, they love to, quote unquote, err on the side of caution. And what that means is fully replace whatever the part is. That's about the best a dealer maintenance department can do for you. Is they're certainly not trying to save you any money, that's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. So needless to say, the noise has gone away. It's come back, but it's also generally gotten a little bit better actually over time. Not even worse. And when I declined to do the repair, the guy instantly obliged. He was like, yeah, of course you would. So, great guy. You know, the dealership there has great customer service. I have no qualms against their candor and how they operate. Their waiting room was quite comfortable. Coffee was good. But, yeah, just, you know, crazy when it comes to what they suggest and the way they talk about what they think is wrong. It's kind of insane. If you're a mechanic and you work on Subarus a lot, which I love my Subaru, by the way. Subaru, if somehow you want to sponsor me, please let me know. I'm looking for a vehicle wrap sponsor. But yeah, if you work on Subarus and you've heard of them being pole vaulted by the drive shaft, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear about that in the comments. Please be like, yeah, you know, you should actually really listen to them because I've seen a lot of pole vaulted Subarus, let me tell you. And you know, maybe if you've been in a pole vaulted Subaru before, you could tell me how much air you caught. I'm not worried about my drive shaft falling out the bottom of my 10-year-old Subaru. Let's put it that way. So here we are at the bottom of June Mountain. A very fun place to come and ski and snowboard. Little mom and pop operation. Although these days it gets totally overrun because it's on the same icon pass as Mammoth is. And so people go, oh, we want to try this out. We want to try out June Mountain. It is a tiny, tiny, tiny little operation. There is a very old fixed grip 2-person chair at the bottom of this mountain that takes about 15 minutes to get to the top of. And even then, you still have a bunch of different other chairs you have to get up. I'll zoom in just to show you what kind of equipment that they're working with over there is. You can see, yeah, that's the chair lift that takes you all the way to the top of that building there. So not much in the way of lift service as far as capability. This face though that we're staring at, this bottom face, on a good year, this bottom face is so fun. Oh my God. It reminds me of some of the spots I used to ride in when I lived in British Columbia. It's so good. It's so fun. I love riding this face on a powder day, especially in the middle of the week. Here's the map so you can see what the mountain looks like here. You see, it takes you up to the mid-mountain and then disperses you from there. It's a very small resort. It's not big at all. It's very mom and pop. And but it's lovely. It's a lovely place. Used to be a lovely place. I think anytime it catches a big crowd, I would not trust it because there's no way that that little lift from the 70s with the, you know, can handle. I mean, God, the line I saw from this mountain on a busy weekend last year was going all the way to the street here. This is not, you know, this is not the resort for that kind of crowd. You know, if you're trying June Mountain for the first time, I can tell you right now, it means a couple of things. One is you don't frequent this area and you probably came from somewhere far. And two is if the first thing is true, then this next thing is true. Stay in Mammoth. Just go ride Mammoth. You're gonna have a lot more fun. This is more for like locals and people who frequent the area that understand that this is a quiet little mom and pop resort that can really not accommodate a large crowd. And so, yes, it is known for being more quiet, but it also is known for not being able to handle if it's not quiet. So if you're here on a weekend and you and your friends are from whatever, New York, Colorado, wherever else, and you're trying out Mammoth for the first time because now we're on the big network icon passes, and you want to pop over here to June, just remember, you're taxing the infrastructure here big time, and it's going to be an experience that is part and parcel to that. It's gonna you're gonna feel it. So just stay in Mammoth. You're not missing out. I promise. I promise you. It's too mellow and too chill. As far as terrain and lift service, you're gonna get huge waits in the lift lines with very short runs in return. So, not really the place to go and experiment if you're not from here. Just stick to the gigantic world-class resort that is Mammoth. Honestly. Because, I don't think June's gonna hurt because you didn't come here. This is the village, by the way, June Lake Village. It's really nice. It's just so quaint. Love it here. Be interesting to live here. .26. All right. Much more stable air temperatures today than yesterday. Seems like everything's between 21 and 28 so far. That's pretty good. Yesterday was wild. We were in the that was crazy. I think it was like the lowest I saw was 21, the highest I saw was 39. Talk about manic temperatures. And as you can see, just dismal snowpack. Things are changing. That's what it feels like anyway. I heard that the world's forests this year didn't absorb any carbon dioxide. And sometimes I question whether or not some of the more alarmist, panicky environmental reports are accurate, just because, the way that media works, the way social media works, it's all about shocking news. And I popped it into Grok, and Grok confirmed, yep, that's true. The forests this year did not consume any carbon dioxide. So, that is a bit alarming, I will say. Not exactly sure what that means, but, it can't be good. I know that. If it's in relation to, if it relates to what we can expect for winters, then it sounds like it's right on par, because I noticed that the starts of winters in general keep starting later and later, and we keep getting very little in the way of early season snowfall. And I noticed the winters themselves are much more extreme. We're either having, below average, substantially below average, or substantially above average winters. And having that sort of, last winter and the winter before were some of the first times in a long time where I saw close to our average 2 years in a row. And then prior to that was way above average. So for a second there I was like, oh, maybe things are normalizing. But So far this winter, it's proving a trend that I'm not very happy about. Like I said, though, I'm glad I'm not shoveling right now because my back is bad. So right now, global warming is on my side. Thanks, climate change, for sparing me physical torture today, in the moment. That was the June Lake Loop. We're heading south on the 395 now, back towards Mammoth Lakes, and towards the Mammoth Scenic Loop, which I did on my other video as well, but we'll head down it the opposite direction as it takes us back into town. I really like these morning drives with the coffee, you know, it's super chill. And for right now, that seems to be like the thing to do. Of course, I'm going to take you with me on all kinds of other content. Yeah, you know, when it starts really dumping, we're going to be doing blizzard drives. We're going to be picking people up. The holidays are coming up here. I'll probably get some customers. I'm not going to have anyone sign releases, but I'm not going to film anyone's face either. I don't think I need to sign a release if it's if I can't see their face. I mean, have them sign a release. You know what I mean. What do I look like? Steven freaking Spielberg over here? Come on. Like some sort of movie guy? You get the point. You actually, if you're watching this video for the first time, you don't know what I look like. Although most of my followers right now are like friends and family and acquaintances and whatever else. So I think everybody here watching this video knows what I look like. Big shout out to all the commentary in the first video. I appreciate the support. You know, a lot of like reviews in the, you know, I will say this. It is a YouTube channel. It's not something that I'm using to drum up phone calls for my taxi. And while I do appreciate excellent reviews, there is a place for that on my Google page, which, you know, anybody that knows how I operate my business has left a very positive review. Most people, customers and friends, have been in my taxi while I'm working and as customers, and they've seen how I interact with customers, and so the reviews, you know, are very positive. I have the most positive reviews on Google, but that's the place for that kind of commentary, is, you know, to talk about my taxi services. YouTube, not so much. I'm here to showcase the area and entertain. If this is something that you want to have kind of playing on your TV in the background, or you just want to see what it looks like, or you want to hear my annoying voice, then you come to the YouTube channel. That's what you subscribe for, to get boots on the ground visuals and updates on a fairly regular basis here in the Eastern Sierra. So if you're sitting at the office and you're just jonesing for the vibe, you want to vicariously make it up here, subscribe, hop on in, because we're doing stuff like this. you want to get a feel for what the sky and ground look like instead of just reading the report or going on the Mammoth Mountain Instagram, which, you know, is quite frankly a little bit over exaggerated. Obviously, that's their job. But this is all things Eastern Sierra, boots on the ground style. So you're gonna see things for what they actually look like, what's actually going on. We're gonna talk a little bit weather, we're gonna talk a little bit geology, a little bit geography. Hell, even a little bit of history, why not? Why not? And if you like the videos, and you like what's happening, or if you don't like what's happening and you want to start an argument in the comments, that's also more than fine. Yeah, we love that. I think the algorithm loves that too. So that's fine. You can call me a kook if you're so inclined. If you want to act cool and be like, oh, this guy's a kook. Don't listen to him, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm cool and I know Mammoth and I know the Eastern Sierra. It's like, all right, yeah, you probably don't, but that's okay. That sounds like something a kook would say, for sure. One thing I don't know what I'm doing is vlogging. That's for sure. This is all new. But that's also part of the deal is you want to get in on the ground floor. You want to subscribe and grow with me. You want to watch me learn. You want to see my come up, my rise to fame and power. Duh. I listened to the first episode of the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and it was interesting, you know? Plus, I don't even have 50 subscribers yet. So if you're watching this, this is a video. This is not a live stream. In the future, I'd like to be doing these as a live stream, but I have to get 50 subscribers in order to start live streaming on YouTube. And so share this video with your friends, share the channel with your friends and family, please. And again, yeah, leave a comment. And you know what? Look, if you want to leave a comment that looks like a Yelp review, which is literally, if you go to my first video, that's like almost all it is. Hey, I'm not going to stop you. Any engagement's great, and they're totally positive. I take positive reviews where I can get them, of course. You know? But yeah, this is for entertainment. This is kind of like in parallel with the actual business end of my taxi. This is, just like I said, it's for entertainment, it's for showcasing, it's for education. This is a really pretty return part of the drive. But yeah, no hate to those of you that left a business review as a comment on my first page. I really do appreciate and love all of you. And we're about to go right coming up here. The Mammoth Lakes Scenic Loop. It's going to take us back to town. Gosh, you know, would have figured this whole time we were killing time that somebody would have needed a pickup from the jail. But alas, on a quiet weekend, that doesn't seem to be the case. Whatever. I should start calling in drunks so that they get arrested, and then I can go pick them up the next morning. Wouldn't that be a racket? No, I'm just kidding. I'm here to keep people from driving drunk. That's something I say proudly. I feel like If you use me, you're saving yourself a huge fine. You're saving lives, really, is what you're doing. You're saving property damage. So, yeah, don't hesitate to use me if you don't want to drive drunk. But if you're stupid enough to drive drunk, well, I'm more than happy to charge you a pretty high price and then pick you up from the jail. The jail's an hour north of here in a town called Bridgeport. And yeah, it's a pretty hefty fare. It's $325, and that pricing is based off of what's relative to what I charge for other distances in similar ways. Like I have 45-minute drives that I charge $250 for, down to Bishop Airport. The drive out to June Lake, I charge $130 for those. So it's all part and parcel with the distance, but also the hazards, right? So the drive to Bridgeport, it's usually pretty snowy. It's usually pretty icy. It's not something that there's not a lot of service or services. And so it's, has an elevated hazard risk factor to the route. And because of that, there's an elevated price. So if you find yourself locked up for a DUI for the night, you're from LA, you're probably tripping because you're like, where the hell am I? It looks like Wyoming here. It's just a big old meadow with cattle and a bunch of craggy mountains and a small little town you could probably hit a home run across with a baseball. And the lengthwise, I mean. And you're probably thinking to yourself, where the hell am I? It's freezing. I don't know how to get back. It's early in the morning. I gotta call somebody. And I'm the guy. I'm the guy you call. And I'll pick you up. More than happy to. And usually everyone's pretty grateful. And quite frankly, I'm the cheapest part of their ordeal. I didn't impound their car. I'm not charging them with a DUI for $5,000. So I am the cheapest part of the deal. Don't drive drunk. What can I say? Call me ahead of time, not afterwards. It's a lot less expensive. Yeah, by this time of year, these snow piles on the side of the road should be multiple feet high. At least 2 feet, if not more. I think right now they're probably, well, on one side of the road there's 0, and on the other side of the road there may be like 2 inches, 2 to 4 inches at best. So, very limited amount of snow. Now, up high on Mammoth Mountain, it's still fun. There's still wind buff. There's still good cold temperatures, so it's still fun. Chair 3's been fun. But, yeah, we need snow. Do the snow dance. Whatever that looks like. whatever your version of a snow dance is. Oh shit, look at that. There's a Cybertruck with like a rack of some kind. Huh. All black, a matte black Cybertruck. Not a big fan of those things, but a lot of people are. They're just too weird looking. I think Tesla's a rad company in general. And I do get down on battery powered outdoor equipment for my house. Shout out to EGO. I've got electric snow blowers, which work really well and blow just as much, if not more, snow than the gas-powered Craftsman or Hondas. I've got, by the same company, chainsaw and a power bank, a really cool power bank. And the coolest part is they all take the same batteries. So I can take the battery out of my chainsaw and put it in my snowblower. I can take the batteries, all the batteries off all my stuff, put them all on the power bank. And the power bank can give me power, or it can act as a charger. So very convenient once you start stacking batteries, and once you start stacking some of the items, you have a really cool system. So I do like them. Their customer service could use some love. It's not the best customer service, but you know, I don't know. I think the person I was talking to was maybe having a bad day and ready to quit, to be quite honest. They seemed like they were ready to quit. Yeah, absolutely. They had, what's that British accent that Patty Pimblett has, where it's like, no. Oh, your battery's not working, is it? I don't know, that's a very bad impression, but you know what I mean. They can get away with the C word. That's their favorite word. Them and Aussies, y'all can really just let the C word rip. It just flows right off the tongue. Here in the States, man, especially if you got an American accent, it just sounds super harsh. Most people think you're just being insanely vulgar. But yeah, she had that kind of an accent. She was being a C word when I talked to her. She asked me. That doesn't even, I feel weird even saying it like that. And she's not even here. I feel like if it's directed at anybody, even if I say C word, it just, yeah, feels like I'm just saying the word, basically. So we came off the Scenic Loop, and we are now heading up towards Main Lodge. Because that's, I mean, I know y'all want to see that, right? So let's head on up there. You can see, look, you can see it. It's not a lot of snow, man. What do you want? This high pressure thing. It's like, all right, we get it. We get it. The sun is out. We get it. Oh, there's a bus driver. These bus drivers too, man. Mammoth bus drivers. Hey, if this comes across your YouTube channel or your YouTube and you're watching this and you're a Mammoth bus driver, can I ask you something? What is it that you don't like about me and us taxis? Like, why are you so cranky? Like, come on, chime on in. Let me know why you're so damn cranky. Do they treat you like crap? Is it a hard job? One of my neighbors is a bus driver. He's not cranky, he's chill. But I think that's just because we're neighbors. The rest of y'all, man, it's like, I think you swallowed a freaking beetle or something. I don't think that's like a phrase really, but it is. It's like you swallowed a beetle. As cranky as if you swallowed a beetle or a giant moth or something of that nature. You took a big swig of vodka that you thought was water. Or maybe you thought it was vodka, who knows? Maybe that's the reason you're so cranky, is you're hungover from your nightly handle. There's a lot of people like that in this town, let me tell you. A lot of salty mountain guys in Mammoth. They definitely like their booze. And they're pretty haggard. So here we are at the mill. The usual dead stop in the middle of the road. Thank God it's not icy coming down this hill. This is where everybody loves to just traffic jam. But this is not bad traffic at all. So let it be known. This is not bad traffic at all. And I like the mill. The mill's where I like to start. Got some people waiting for the bus to Maine. Probably have a quicker time just walking because it's literally right around the corner here. Oh, dead stop time. Yep, I must park here to the left with no warning. Oh, nope, now they want to park to the right. Okay. There's a reason I have winter tires on. And one of those reasons is because I need maximum traction. And the Bridgestone Blizzaks winter tires are what provide me that traction. Out here on the road as a driving professional. They allow me to get out of the way of an accident, and they allow me to stay away from what would otherwise be an accident. If you have to come up here with your all seasons, which of course you do because you can't drive around in hot weather with these tires, and you have to come to a hard stop or you need to gun it to get out of someone's way, I can assure you, you're going to spin and there's going to be a delay, or you're going to slide and you're going to have a close call. We don't do that here. We don't do close calls in this car. I can't afford it. I'm on the road way too much for a close call. Going around this gentleman here. And then the parking guys. Oh yeah, you're another group of people that's very serious. Watch, let's see if this guy wants to listen. He's gonna be like, oh, don't park there. Yeah, we're gonna go here. I think he gave me a look. That guy's cool. Mario's the boss of the parking area here. He's super chill. Everybody's pretty chill, but some people are really serious if they work for Mammoth Mountain Corporation, whether they're the bus drivers or the parking people. They're very serious folk who, when I was a young man, I worked as a lift operator for Mammoth, and it was even before Icon. I think they had just gotten bought by IntraWest, so that, we're talking 2004, right? The Village had been open for like a year, and it was corporate, man. There's a lot of like top-down uptightness, if you will. I'm not the most corporate guy. I don't feel like this is the most corporate environment. I think there's a lot of people, they like to act like being corporate is the way to go because they think somehow that's going to translate into like a good, well-functioning machine. I don't know. What would I know? There's a reason that I work for myself here in a taxi, right? I don't really like that kind of vibe. I feel like if you can't be calm and approachable or just downright friendly, you know, I don't think you just be friendly and happy and chill. You can still conduct your business. It's not about how you act, it's about what you do. Actions speak louder than words, and if your words are like this and you're all serious and you want to act all disciplinary and things like that, well, that's on you. So we're cruising through the mill. Let me point it. Let me just point it, because these people are riding what are called early ups, because it's 8:05 right now. So that's the hill. It actually looks pretty good. Groomers look good. Let me just detach it here. Groomers look pretty smooth. Not too bumpy yet. Pretty nice. You got people going up for the earlies. So it's pretty good. It's cool. You know. Yeah, that's what it is. That's good. Nice smooth groomers early in the morning. That's worth it for sure. It's gonna get a lot chunkier later on. And it's gonna be, what is it, 36 already here at the mill. Okay, so it's probably pretty icy out right now. I think once we let the snow hit the snow surface a little bit, that we should get some softer snow. I think it'll be a nice Sunday. I really do. Oh, that's right, and they have roller coaster open. Chair 4. I think that's mainly just for access. It's not really something you want to session. Truthfully, early season for me is like just getting warmed up, logging a few days here and there. It's not really about stacking a lot of days or improving my skills or getting a lot of time on the mountain, and it's just about warming up and just kind of getting it in lightly. And then as the season matures, a lot of my days get stacked, and a lot of my epic turns and powder days, that all happens after the middle of January. Part of that too is just because I'm working a lot. It's a very, very busy time of the month, and it's a great time to stack cash. And from the 15th of December to the 15th of January, every week is super busy. It's a very profitable time of year. From the 15th of November to the 15th of January, snowboard-wise, that's pretty much warm-up time, like I'm talking about. And then January 15th to March 15th, that 2-month period is where most of the powder days come in. That's when we get probably some of our biggest storms, A lot of great powder days during that time frame. And then March 15th and beyond are March 15th to May 15th. That 2-month period is when I really stack in tons of days, groomers and powder days alike. That's where my weekly attendance to the mountain for snowboarding is the highest. And then from May 15th through the close of the season, which on a normal year is around June 15th, that remaining month is where I still stack quite a bit of days, actually, but not so much in the powder department. It's just fun, slushy groomers, corn snow, good weather, Hawaiian t-shirt type stuff. I love it though. I think it's great. May is one of my favorite months. March, April, May. That's my favorite part of the season, actually. And I think anybody that knows Mammoth would agree. Oh, that guy's going canoeing. All right. Well, that's fine. I get it. It's a good day for it. Heading back into the village. The village at Mammoth. I love when developers do that. They do like the at the lakes at Sherwood. Let's just let this girl go. Oh, she's gonna wait for the green man. All right. I was just doing my thing, but whatever. She wants to, I get it. She don't want to jaywalk. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Because otherwise I'd give her a ticket. All right, let's do one other thing. Before we head home, before I end this video, let's drive up to Twin Lakes. We'll do the full thing, the full deal. All right, we'll do the whole deal. Passing the new Limelight Hotel. That's kind of a big deal. It's really a massive luxury hotel, largest hotel in town, definitely the nicest. If you're coming up here with some money, that's where you want to stay, guaranteed. I mean, unless you want to stay in a really baller Airbnb, and that's cool too. I like hotels. I'm a hotels guy. I'm not an Airbnb guy. I actually don't really see the allure, quite frankly, of Airbnb. If I want to stay at a home, I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. Hotels really have a certain vibe that I appreciate. Sometimes I like to little staycation it. Well, it's not a staycation because it's 3 hours away, but the Grand Sierra Resort is a really fun hotel to stay at in Reno. They've got good food. They got the all-you-can-eat sushi. Oh, love it. Nice rooms for a good price. You really can't beat it, actually. It's a nice way to get out of town and get into sort of a city vibe. This road's really bumpy, so if there's any annoying shakiness in this video, this is probably going to be where it happens the worst. yeah, so pretty. You gotta love it. I will be posting this on Instagram as well. So if you want to watch it as a post, you know, just I think turn your phone sideways. I don't really know what it matters or not. Oh, this person just wants to hog up all this space in the parking area here. Yeah, you can get out of my way. That'd be great. Thank you. Look at that, so pretty. So absolutely pretty. Let's zoom in. Oh yeah, look at that, that's great. Awesome, that is awesome. Love the view here. So I think that's where the road's gonna take us for now, folks. Thank you for watching. If you stayed for the entire hour and 27 minutes, wow, you're an angel. You really are. You're a video angel. I really appreciate you. The YouTube gods hopefully can reward me. Check out my other video if you haven't seen it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like if you haven't liked, comment if you haven't commented. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.